Bueno, señoras y señores, de nuevo aquí en Café con Leche. Este es su servidor Wilfredo Seda, acompañado con mi colega Rudy Hernández. Temperaturas para el día de hoy máximas 84 grados, cielo parcialmente soleado. Esta noche bajando a los 62 grados. Mañana el día también despejado por la mañana, pero una posibilidad de aguaceros por la tarde. Temperaturas máximas los 83 grados. Rudy, muchas veces en nuestra vida tenemos la necesidad de acudir a un abogado, sea accidente, distintas cosas, y es a veces uno se pone un poco nervioso porque uno no sabe qué esperar y mucha gente le dice a una muchas cosas. Tenemos una persona hablando de esta experiencia, al señor Mark Hogan de HGSK, el bufete de abogados en la comunidad, y quien está con nosotros esta mañana. Mark, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. How are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Good. You know, I was telling Rudy, a lot of times, and unfortunately, it seems like more and more, every once in a while, you're going to have to go to an attorney.
That's true.
Okay, for a wide array of reasons. Why don't we start with, you've been, what is it, about 22 years?
I've been practicing law for 23 years, yeah.
Oh, sorry, let me get your...
Nope.
No? Okay. Now we can hear you. All right, you've been practicing law 23 years. HGSK, how long have they been around?
Well, the law firm has been around in some variation for over 40 years. The name HGSK has been been around for 5 years. Before that, we were WSK, and before that, we were ESW something. I don't remember. It wasn't even part of it at that point. But the law firm and the group of people that we've been part of has been here in the community since 2004.
Okay. And your specializations in terms of your practice are?
Okay, that's a great question. I would say that about 90% of what I do is helping people who are injured at work. They're my clients who come to see me every day. The other 10%, I work with nonprofit organizations and other miscellaneous situations. So people will come to me because they've been hurt at work, or they need assistance with their organizations, whether it's governance or legal issues. But my law firm handles other types of cases, such as motor vehicle accidents, medical malpractice, slip and fall cases, Social Security disability.
Estamos hablando con el señor Mark Hogan del bufete HGSK. El señor Hogan lleva en práctica 23 años. El bufete ha cambiado de nombre a través de los años, pero una de las cosas importantes es que ellos trabajan con muchos casos de accidentes, pero no solamente accidentes, de seguro social y distintas otras cosas relacionadas, que son las cosas que mucha gente nos afecta a nosotros. Mark, a lot of folks, when they come to you, they're nervous. They're not sure, because even though you got to tell your attorney everything, they're perhaps somewhat apprehensive.
That's true.
About what to say or not to say. How do you try to make folks, but make it easy for them to be able to approach it, because you need that information in order to defend them.
Right. So I was walking on the boardwalk this past weekend, and down in Ocean City, Maryland, and I saw a T-shirt that said, "Trust me, I'm a lawyer," and I looked at that and I just laughed, because that is the worst thing you could ever say to someone, is trust me, I'm a lawyer. The reality is you have to earn that person's trust. And to do that, you have to let them know that you're a person too. You can break the ice. You want to find out things about them. You want to figure out and ask questions about who they are, where they come from, and also give them a sense of who you are. You should never just be a person in a suit that they tell their problems to. You're a human being too, and they should know that.
Una de las cosas que yo le pregunté a Mark es que muchas veces, especialmente la primera vez que uno va a un abogado, uno está lleno de ansiedad, no conoce a la persona, pero uno tiene que de momento revelar mucha información de parte de uno y no sabe a veces qué decir o no decir. Y por eso él menciona que básicamente él entiende que cada individuo es distinto, cada individuo hay que respetar y hay que tomar su tiempito también para uno poder establecer esa relación de cliente-abogado.
Really, 90% of my clients speak Spanish. And even though I don't, I have, obviously, everyone in my staff does. It's not the fact that I don't want to learn Spanish. In fact, as you're speaking, I can understand some of what you're saying. It's just, I think I would rather give the information as best as possible, as clearly as possible, in the language that is most comfortable to me, because I'm the expert. Just as when someone who speaks Spanish goes into court, we want to use a translator so that the words that they say are their words, not that they're trying to say something in English which may not come out the right way. So it's always best in the legal forum to use your first language, and that's why I always talk to my clients in English and use translator.
Una cosa que menciona Mark es que el 90% de los clientes de ellos son latinos, muchos solamente hablan español, pero él tiene obviamente personal en el bufete que habla en español, pero él menciona que él no habla español no porque necesariamente no quiera, pero él tiene que usar el idioma que vaya a ganar o intentar ganar el caso para esa persona, para que se le pueda explicar entonces a la corte, llevar traductores si es necesario, pero para que él pueda usar el idioma que le ayude al cliente, y ese idioma obviamente es el inglés.
Y normalmente se usa un traductor profesional, no es que trajiste al nene o al tío, para que las palabras puedan salir de la manera que tú quieres, en el inglés que tú quieres que se entienda claro.
Right. And the really important thing is that there is a lawyer-client privilege. So everything that someone comes and talks to you as an attorney is confidential. I can't run down the street and tell your neighbors and your family members your problems.
You can't tweet about it.
No, and it's good. It's a nice thing that you say that, because I don't use Twitter at all, and I'm very careful about what I post in my social media. And I would also say, as a legal tip to all of my prospective clients out there and to the general community, please be careful what you post. In today's world, what you put on the internet, whether it's in tweets or on Facebook or any other type of social media, Snapchat, it doesn't go away. And there are many clients that I've seen over the years that come and tell me one thing, and then turns out that they're posting something differently on their social media, and it comes back to haunt them.
Una cosa que hay que entender es que cuando uno habla con un abogado, esa es una conversación confidencial y que eso se queda ahí entre usted y su abogado. Él no puede hablar de ese caso, porque entonces él está violando los
derechos, la vida de la persona.
Sí. Y entonces entramos un poco, porque yo mencioné que no se va a poner a poner en Twitter, pero hablando ahí de eso, él dice, las personas tienen que tener cuidado. Lo que ponen, sea en Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, porque él ha tenido la experiencia que las personas le han dicho algo a él, pero por las redes sociales surge otra cosa.
Now, the reason why I say that this is important is because my clients come to me and they expect honesty. And I'm always going to tell them the truth. I'm going to tell them if they have a case or if they don't. I'm going to tell them what I think, and I'm not going to... I don't know if I can say this. I don't like to inflate their case. I don't want them to think that it's bigger or they're going to win more money than make false promises. That's how you can get in trouble and you can lose your reputation. So a reputation for honesty is very important. But my clients also have to be honest with me. So when they tell me about their case or if they come to me and they talk to me about their problems, I also need them to make sure that they're being honest with me. And sometimes that can come back to haunt me, and them too, if they're posting things on Facebook or Twitter that is not true. So, you can't tell me that you can't get out of bed, and then I see on Facebook that you're out dancing all night.
Una de las cosas que decimos que es importante, tú sabes, él como abogado tiene que ser honesto con los clientes. No le va a decir, mira, te voy a ganar este caso y vas a recibir X cantidad de dinero, porque él estaría otra vez violando la ética de los abogados. Pero al mismo tiempo, usted como cliente tiene que ser claro y honesto con él. No le vaya a decir que usted se cayó, no puede salir de la cama, y en Facebook usted estaba bailando toda la noche.
Yeah. Yes, and then most importantly, I always feel that whatever I'm doing with a client, I tell them what they can expect in terms of timing, procedure, how long something's going to be, what's involved. A good attorney is someone that makes sure that their client knows what to expect, so that they're not always feeling uncertain, that they don't know how things are going to turn out. If you can take them step by step and show them what's going to happen, you're going to have a happy client, because they're going to know you're working hard and that you've explained everything. It's the people call me a lot who are represented by other lawyers because they don't know what's happening with their case. And I always try to make sure that my clients know what's going on step by step.
Una cosa que dice Mark, que un buen abogado básicamente le explica a ese cliente no solamente, quizás pueda ganar X cantidad, pero qué va a pasar, el procedimiento, el tiempo de ese procedimiento, ¿okay? Y cuáles son los pasos que él va a tomar en su caso, porque él ha recibido unos clientes donde vienen donde él, porque los abogados que ellos originalmente tenían contratado no le explicaban a los clientes básicamente qué eran los pasos que se iba a tomar, el procedimiento, y especialmente el tiempo. And I know sometimes some people, Mark, well, what's taking so long with this case, because my friend had the same situation and they was resolved in 6 months.
Yeah. Well, we see that too. Every case is different. Sometimes I can get a case settled in a day, and sometimes it takes a year. The important thing, though, is there are reasons why things take a long time, and it's not the attorney's fault. Usually it's the system. The court system is slow. Sometimes it's the waiting for the other side to make a move. And you can't, I always tell my clients, I wish I could reach through the phone and make the other insurance company write them a check. But, I have to wait for them to do the right thing, and I will oftentimes put pressure on them using the court system.
Una cosa que yo mencioné, que a veces se oye queja de personas que dice, este caso se está demorando, yo tenía el mismo caso o un amigo, un familiar tenía la misma situación, y en 6 meses se resolvió el caso. es importante las personas reconocer que no todo está en la mano del abogado de uno, porque tiene que ver con las cortes. Sabemos que a veces las cortes están supercargadas con casos.
Lento.
También el lado opositor, porque hay a veces, si es una compañía de seguro, ellos también, como es una burocracia, se toma tiempo en ellos hacer decisiones y poder emitir un cheque. Una cosa es que a veces él podía resolver cosas en un día o a veces en un año, pero cada caso es diferente y eso es la cosa bien importante.
Right. So, but for my day-to-day, I'm either in court representing injured workers or I'm in my office talking with injured workers. For your listeners who are on their way to work, I'm willing to bet that there are people in their cars driving to work right now or currently working right now that have had work injuries and that are working on restrictions, or they are worried to give notice to their employer about an injury because they're worried they're going to get fired. And the one thing that I will tell all of your listeners who are in that situation, who have had an injury and are very scared and don't know what to do, is to talk to an attorney. Almost everyone who practices workers' compensation law in Pennsylvania will do free consultations, myself included. And whether or not you have a case or not, I like meeting with those people just to tell them, yes, I think I can help you, or no, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do anything at this time. Being able to give an opinion is part of the job.
Una cosa que Mark quiere enfatizar, especialmente esta mañana, las personas que quizás no están escuchando, es que si usted quizás ha tenido un accidente y no lo ha reportado porque teme de las consecuencias, debe de consultar un abogado. Y esas consultas son gratis. Así usted puede saber si un abogado lo puede ayudar o no, para así usted entonces saber qué debe de hacer en su situación.
Right.
And based on what you were saying, I know so many people that have been injured in their work, and normally they say, don't get a lawyer from Lancaster, get it from Philadelphia or some other place, because they imply something in there.
Sure. So let me make a good example. So I am a Philadelphia attorney. I'm born and raised in the Philadelphia area. I've been practicing here in Lancaster since 2004. And I've heard that before. I've heard that the community, and I refer to the Spanish community as the community, is nervous to get a lawyer from Lancaster because they feel that there is that somehow the lawyers from Lancaster are bought and paid for by the insurance companies. And without naming names, there is one law firm here in Lancaster that owns an insurance company, and they represent people who are injured at work, but they also partially own an insurance company. So there is some truth to that rumor. Now, that's not my firm, but there is some truth to the rumor.
Rudy, tú le preguntaste a Mark, hay personas que tú conoces, yo conozco, que dicen, no contrate con un abogado localmente porque, como se dice, están vendidos. Okay. Mark contesta que hay un bufete que representa personas, pero también tienen intereses en una compañía, una aseguradora, pero no es la de él. Que es eso, porque la práctica de él ha sido en Filadelfia, ha estado en los últimos años aquí, tiene experiencia en distintos sitios, pero él asegura que él no es ese bufete. Mark, before our time flies, phone number, where do folks get a hold of you?
So here in central Pennsylvania, the best way to reach me is area code 717-735-3966. And that's my Lancaster office, and if we don't pick up, you'll go direct to my other office in Reading, where everyone is there. Everyone speaks Spanish as well, and there are multiple lawyers ready to take your call. And I also would say you can also look me up at hgsklawyers.com. Very easy to find our website. We have English and Spanish translation there as well. But going back to your question about the idea that the community has that you shouldn't get a Lancaster lawyer. I only represent individuals who are injured at work. That's what I do. I don't represent insurance companies. Sometimes in small towns, there are law firms where, because they don't have enough business, they represent all clients, including sometimes they do insurance defense, sometimes they do they represent individuals, and that can create what I think is a conflict. And that could be one of the reasons why people are worried about getting a local lawyer. But I only represent individuals who are involved in work. I do not represent insurance companies, and it is absolutely something that I take pride in, that I am not bought and paid for by the insurance companies, and maybe that's why they don't like me.
Algo que quería mencionar, Mark, es que yendo al punto que tú traíste, que en algunos pueblos pequeños esos abogados no le llegan suficientes clientes, vamos a decir, para demandar que una aseguradora, y entonces a veces también representan aseguradoras. Y ahí también es donde puede venir el conflicto y ese, tú sabes, ese rumor que no es rumor en la comunidad. Mark, you're going to be with us in the upcoming months.
I will.
And then we're going to get into a little bit more specific areas of the...
Absolutely. I look at today's world as changing. And I always pride myself in being able to be a voice to the community in terms of explaining changes in the law, whether it's immigration or foreign policy or changes from the Supreme Court or Pennsylvania politics or national politics or school choice. There are so many things that the community has questions about, and sometimes you need a lawyer to explain it. I'm going to be a guest on your show at least once a month. I intend to come forward and talk about whatever the interesting topic is of the day or the week, and I look forward to being a voice for the community of clarity and honesty.
Bueno, Mark va a estar con nosotros durante los próximos meses. Él es una persona que quiere informar a la comunidad sobre cambios, porque siempre hay cambios en nuestra vida moderna, sea del gobierno federal, gobierno estatal, las cortes, y como abogado él se mantiene informado y también quiere informar a la comunidad. Mark, thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
See you in upcoming months.
Thank you. And you can see me now on the cover of La Voz Latina Central, the newspaper that's out. That's me on the cover, and I have a great article on the inside.
And we'll put your information on our Facebook page.
Thank you very much.
We interact with over 5,000 folks there. So vamos a tomar una...
As long as they're not posting bad stuff.
Vamos a tomar una pausa bien rápida y volveremos aquí con más en Café con Leche.